we've got an update, actually.
We have an update.
On this story we did.
Just come on in. Patrick, would you like to hand over your mic?
The story we did yesterday on the governor coming to the Seneca Nation.
Yes.
To officially apologize for the Thomas Indian School and the atrocities. I just got off the phone with Seneca Nation President J.C. Seneca. It's confirmed Tuesday she will be on Seneca Nation, Cattaraugus territory, to issue that formal apology.
That's amazing. Can you hand over your mic for a second,
Yeah.
Patrick? Because I want to switch seats. Go away, Patrick.
Yeah, you're better at this than I am
this is
anyway.
great.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
boy.
I'll just scream at it. No, sit down. I'll just talk next to you.
Oh, he's.
Oh, this is great. We got great TV. Hey,
Don't y'all love this? This is
So-
so let's talk about this a little bit more, Pete, and deep dive a little bit into why this is so important for the Senecas. It's more than just an apology.
Yes.
This is decades in the making that the state never wanted to own up to the atrocities that happened at the Thomas Indian School, and this, they tried to make it a genocide, essentially.
It was a cultural, what the term that I've heard used is an attempted cultural genocide. Basically what they would do, and not only here in Western New York, but across Canada, across the US, they would take indigenous children and put them in these schools to basically, the term was kill the Indian, save the man. And it was basically an attempt to eradicate the culture and get them into civilized culture, if you will. But
just this past week, there were some developments with George Borrello speaking in front of the state Senate, apologizing and putting that on the record. But just having them recognize that these mistakes happened and say it publicly was huge. But really, the Senecas wanted that apology from Governor Hochul herself.
Yeah, there was an apology from President Biden last year, and there was word that the governor would be coming, but now it is confirmed she'll be coming Tuesday. And what's also significant about this, I believe this will be the first New York State governor to visit the Seneca Nation.
Interesting.
On Seneca land.
Wow. What was, and it was just J.C. Seneca that you just spoke with on the phone, and he's the president of the Seneca Nation. What was his reaction? Like, how did he sound? He
says it's happening. It's finally happening. I mean, it was almost kind of a relief. They haven't disclosed or they haven't really finalized the exact time. That'll be coming out later, but
and remind me, was his family personally?
His father was a survivor of the Thomas School, and it was just one of many. One of my oldest friends in the world, his dad was a survivor of 3 schools, and including Carlisle.
They got moved from school to school, many of these.
Well, he ran away from school.
Really?
And then he was caught and put in another school, and then he was taken to another school, and it's just a really shameful part of American history that happened, and it led to generational trauma and so many different effects from the generations of kids being removed from their parents and their household and institutionalized. So, but there will be, that's the big development though, the governor coming Tuesday.
Now, tell me, after she comes and goes to the Seneca land and says what she's going to say, is it over or do they want more? What happens now?
Well, there have been talks, and I've talked to a lot of different people on this subject, and some have raised the question of reparations. And how do you go about that? I mean, how do you put a price tag on losses of generations that are passed along? But one thing that was suggested was funding cultural education, Seneca language lessons, and things like that on territory.
Keeping their culture alive.
Kind of restore the culture.
And to say it's beautiful. And it's not something that you should not be ashamed of, but something that should be celebrated, and let us help you do that.
Yep. So.
Well, thank you for coming in with that breaking news
Sure
after you got off the phone with the president of the Seneca Nation to update us on something that you've been following for a long time. And if you want more information, you want to learn about what Pete has just been talking about. All of your stories are on our website. You've done many of them.
Including that, we did a half-hour special called Tragic Legacy a couple of years ago. That is, I believe that's on our YouTube page as well.
And you'll be busy next week following this up for sure.
Absolutely,
All
for
right.
sure.
Stay